Well, I enjoy being out at sea, seeing the world, traveling vast bodies of water, and feeling the air through my somewhat thick or colored hair. I have a face only a mother could love. I'm sure you all heard of a 12 o'clock shadow. Well, I'm rocking a 24-hour shadow. My stumble on my face is a bit red with some browns and a few grays, but if you ask me, I'll tell you they're blonde. It helps cover up a nasty scar I received back when my ship years ago, when I was still young, was raided by pirates and I was left out to sea to die. They killed many of my friends, and those who survived were tossed overboard with myself. If it wasn't for the great and powerful Volker blessing me and saving me, I'd be dead along with a lot of them. But I'll get my vengeance, I swear, one day. From that day on, I served Valkor and learned all I could from my studies and dedicated my life to my god. But that's enough. Let me get more about myself, which I enjoy talking about. When comparing my height to the vast of foes and allies, I stand about average, about 5 foot, 7 or 8, depending on the time of day it is. I'm average weight for my build, and my clothes cover my body are not the prettiest, but they get the job done. I rock a crimson tunic that's dirty and well worn over my tarnished and tad rusty from the salt chainmail and the air at sea, but it works and keeps me safe, and that's what matters. To my left hangs my best friend. I like to call her Matilda. It's my trusty mace who always has my back. On my left arm, or often attached to my back, is my next best friend, Spunk. It's my wooden shield. I have a light crossbow strapped to my bag, and just in case I can't get close enough to use Matilda, I have a bag full of just cleric things. If I go into details, it would just bore you. But I'm always down for a good adventure if I can make a good story from it.
What was his name again? Sorry.
Vollos, Vollos.
And he was what race?
Human.
Human, okay, cool. Sorry, I'm bad at taking notes. Alright, I'll go next, I suppose. If you're done, anyway.
All good.
Yeah, Anthony.
Okay, so I'm gonna not be quite as descriptive because that was gorgeous compared to what I do. You'll notice he's a very thin elf. He's completely bald, has entirely pale skin and beet red eyes. He's wearing somewhat fancy clothes for possibly his wealth. He always stands very proper and moves very purposely and smooth. He talks very softly and not very much. You wouldn't have known much about him. He keeps to himself, rather quiet. You will notice that he, even for an elf, is rather thin, coming in at 90 pounds and 5'4". And you'll notice he doesn't eat much. It's very light eating and like bare necessity, essentially. And that's probably all you would know.
What was his name?
Vosk. V-O-S-K.
Okay.
I can go next if you want.
I would say yes, but that music's still uploading, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to have Sandra go next.
Let's wait.
No! I don't want to!
So,
That's a good example.
So yes, around the campfire comes forth. Oh, fuck off, come
Are
on.
you playing my music?
Yeah,
Trying to.
I clicked play.
It's a super good song. I can't hear it though.
You have to turn there we go, hang on. There you go. Should be playing softly.
Yeah, I can hear it.
Super softly, okay. You know that my character's name is Dot. You have seen her as a half-elf. Pretty nimble, always happy, seem to be very positive outlook on life. Auburn, long hair, dressed pretty plainly in like dark grays and blacks and stuff. She talks a lot, but not about anything important. She probably told you that she grew up in a graveyard. That's kind of it. I don't have any long thing. I don't do that. I wish I did. I wish I was that good, but
Okay.
sorry, I'm not.
Is there any details about her that they would know?
Maybe. I don't know so much about it.
Okay.
I'm trying to think, what can I make?
How do you spell your name?
DOT. Dot. But you probably say it's dot.
Okay. So next we can have Tank if you'd like.
All right. I'll go ahead and start then.
Yeah, go for it. Should be playing.
They say money makes the world go round. Well, Talon's ready to do some spinning of his own. While you may have never heard of him, you'll definitely hear the name Jin Caraway cross his lips. And by the time you're done talking with him, you'll be convinced of his status and fame. Maybe even feel the need to donate it towards Jin's cause, because where the money goes, straight to Talrin's pockets. Growing up as a half-elf, Talrin learned only early on that having a gilded tongue can get someone in and out of trouble. His alter ego, Jin Caraway, a noble of a distant land, has been used to get many a coin from unsuspecting fools' purses. That feeling of conquering the thought of another is addictive, but he reins it in because of a fatal mistake he's made. He normally pulls this act on those with excessive wealth and drunken with power. Inexplicably, he's drawn to these sorts of people because he knows how they think. He's been in their shoes and knows just the right words to get them to dance in his palm. Of course, when push comes to shove, he's not afraid to get his hands dirty. A blade, similarly to crafty words, can come from the most unsuspecting of places and lead to one's downfall. Talrin is a young half-elf with light brown eyes, sandy blonde hair, and a medium build. Standing at 5 feet 6 inches, he usually sticks to flashier clothes during the day. But when he's doing his work, he wears darker hues to blend in a bit more. Jin Caraway is an alias he uses to get what he needs. Forged letters, fake documents, and sometimes even going as far to disguise himself as Jin are some of the strategies he'll employ. Being used to getting out of trouble, he's adept at hiding from pursuers and striking from one we least expect. Normally, a semi-talkative guy, he doesn't have many he calls true friends. So what you would know from meeting him is, he seems like someone who is almost a bit swaggering, talks a decent amount, and you can tell he knows his way well with words.
Could you spell out the name in the chat, maybe?
Sure thing. I'll go ahead and do that.
Alright, so I'm gonna try a British accent. It's gonna go really poorly.
Oh, I didn't know this was happening.
One
boy.
to judge you.
Let's see here. I am Dance's Pyre. You might know me as Count Dance's Pyre. Now, I've always been quite talented at whatever I set my mind to, but my talent lies mainly in charming others and weaving beautiful songs about nobles, dragons, and the like. See, I was born into a noble family, but one that served another. We served House Ravenhill. Now, I served them as courtier for a while, and I did not go unnoticed. My musical talent brought an old bard by the name Jeremiah, and he taught me how to weave magic into my songs. Now, that was quite useful, seeing as I worked as courtier and general political advisor to my lord. And yeah, I gained favored with most. However, I fell in love with a woman, a countess by the name Catherine. Yet she wasn't swayed by my noble standing, or my stance as a courtier. She wanted a man with experience, adventurous experience. And that's why I drew away, to make my own stories and not just write the ones of others. But my loyalty still lies to Ravenhill. Now I'm known for being quite overly charming, making people feel like they're at the center of the world. But it is my duty to make sure that the ones beneath me respect me, and that I respect the ones above me. I have talked and perhaps showed you that I am quite a fan of the carnal pleasures. And that's a dark secret, but, well, one I do indulge in quite a bit. Also, I usually make sure that people know my status as Count, and it usually gets me where I want to be. And that's it.
Okay.
What race is he?
Oh, he's human.
Thank you.
Could you spell out his name?
You don't want to just guess everyone's names like I've been doing?
You should see my notes from the other campaign, Anthony. Like, none of the names are correct. Everything's like just crossed over. Looks horrible.
Oh wow, I spelled it right.
Hey, I spelled this one correct as well.
I was not even close.
I was super far off on tolerant.
I was super well off on this one. I spelled dances like with an S at the end. Just dance.
Dance, dance, dance.
Dance till you're dead.
So, as previously mentioned, you have 5 gold pieces. 2 of which you spent on getting your way back to Waterdeep. And you have
money, taking my money.
Yeah, well, you still got 3 gold. 1 gold of which you spent for your drinks and foods here in the Tavern of the Yawning Portal. Obviously you guys have lived around for a bit. However, you have been in Waterdeep for a while, and there are some people that you may know. So I'm gonna send you a bunch of characters. So pick your favorite, and then say it aloud or DM me if you want to be secretive about it. But hang on, just doing a few more. Ooh. So one of these people you know and trust.
Ooh.
And they may help you out during the adventure. They may hinder you during the adventure. Pick wisely.
Oh, you gotta give me the fucking orc girl.
Okay, Yagra.
She's the coolest one.
Yeah, I like her too.
Okay.
Yeah, she seems pretty badass.
We all gonna just have her as our known person.
We're putting all our eggs in the same basket, guys.
I'd like Bonnie. I think I tried to swoon her once.
Okay.
Once too many times.
You don't want to swoon the orc girl?
Well, I have a feeling that somebody challenging me to an arm wrestling match. I think it's not the best fit for Dante. Oh yeah, she definitely won.
I'll pick Durin.
Oh, okay, the barkeep.
Darren. Bonnie's cute. I'll take her.
Okay. Your name is Dante. And cleric, who is Volos, correct?
Correct.
Brilliant. Okay, so yeah, all of you have had a... So let's have Torlin, Dot, and Vosk. Give me some strength checks, some strength athletic checks. 1 each, please.
You got it. Ooh, good. Starting strong.
She also rolled a nat 1, but
Hey.
I believe if I just type in her name here.
Oh, it was an athletics
She has a
check.
plus
Whoops.
plus 13.
I rolled straight strength.
Named NPCs. No, stop giving
We
me.
never changed the proficiency.
Oh, that's right. We can do that quickly as well.
Right.
But let me just
I
quickly.
rolled straight strength. Should I roll
Are you
athletics
proficient
instead?
in athletics?
Nope.
Then that would make no difference. So also in general, when you're making rolls, if you click the wrong thing,
Yeah, I
what I'll do is I'll take the roll and then we'll add whatever takes onto it. You can't, in real life, if you rolled a dice and go,
Right.
I was thinking deception, So I'll take that,
okay,
what
just
you
making
rolled,
sure.
and then
Great.
we'll add. Anyway, so yeah, she definitely beat you. It was a very long, drawn out fight. Vosk, it took her like 15 minutes.
Quite frail. I'd imagine
Yeah,
it's
and
faster.
she was extremely, absolutely just smacked out of her head on drink and some sort of drug. And it is surprising you didn't win. She was that out of it that night. Dot. Yeah, no, it was an easy fight. Yagra takes you down, but comments on your effort. You look like the good adventuring type. And Torin, wow. You use your nimble fingers to sort of grasp around her knuckles in a way that hurts, and she is giving you this evil stare, but you're keeping on at it, and it's starting to get to this point where it's hurting her so much she'd rather take defeat. Although she's giving you these evil eyes, there's a respect there between you that you've just earned. All of you, in fact, anyone that's not intimidated by her masculine type of visage, anyone that can sort of deal with that and still want to be friends with her or interact with her, she doesn't get that a lot. So obviously, with you guys, she has this this basic respect with you, whereas with you, Tulren, she seems to have this extra
a grudge of sorts.
well, not even more of a friendship. Like it's not often people beat her in an arm wrestle, and a lot of people who she gives shit to because they've lost. It's just sort of her deal. And during your time together, you drinking here and there, you learn that she's actually a thug for hire. Which you'd probably guess from her appearance. Doesn't have too many ties, and that her current client is actually part of the Zent faction, which you would know to be.
Oh no, aren't those the evil boys?
Yep, Zentarum.
How do you spell that?
I am just getting a few, so that's
Would
ZH.
the rest of us know, or would it only the three that know her?
So this is to Tulrin, and if he wants to share that, it's up to him. I'm not going to type this all out, but try not to metagame. It does happen sometimes, but obviously, if you want to share this, Tulrin's up to you. But yeah, she's protecting someone who's part of the Zentarum. You're not sure what he does or why he needs a guard, but you know that she does this for him. Zentarum is spelled ZHENTARIM. So there. And you generally know this is known as the Black Network, which, as you can guess, doesn't sound great. But she's told you, I don't really give a shit. I just like the money, and they pay me pretty good. And that's an ethos quite a few people can get behind. Okay, so let's have a look with Bonnie. Is a barmaid. She entertains the flirting, but at the start you're like, you think you're getting somewhere, but it never progresses past that sort of smile and smirk of intrigue. Whenever you try and sort of push your advance or anything, she'll move back, but the next time you see her, she's still friendly. It seems like she likes to keep open-ended sort of friendships. You roll me a perception check. That is Dante. I've already forgotten. Okay, so you notice when you're trying to sort of make have your, sounds a bit sinister, have your way. Try and advance your agenda. Even that sounds a bit weird. Anyway, advance your agenda with Bonnie. You notice the bard. You're not sure what his name is or who he is, but it's a male human, very socially awkward, which is odd for a bard. He sat in the corner of the, he sings occasionally to himself. One of the better musician, and you notice that every time you go and talk to Bonnie, he keeps an eye on you, like he's interested in what you're getting on with over there.
All right. Can I, like, in our interactions, can I have cheekily, like, raised my cup of wine, like, for a couple of times, sort of like just to have provoked him?
Yeah, and whenever you do, you see sort of looks away, or he'll drop his pick and he'll pick it up. As for you, Volos, you don't talk about the weather, and you get that free flag and a veil, and you get your gold back.
Awesome.
He had the best choice.
I can talk about the weather all day.
Not talk about the weather. Yeah, and he'll tell you that this Dernan is a man of adventure. He's been on many adventures. He's retired now. And you can see behind him, above his stool, so he's behind the desk, and above him is this great sword of, it looks very, very interesting and magical in nature. He doesn't seem interested in selling it. It seems that he just has it there in case of anything. It's a showing piece as well as like a, look, this is my weapon. So is
he interested in telling stories about it, or where he came by?
No, he just says whenever you ask him about it, he just says, keeping out trouble kind of deal. And you know that in the middle of the yawning portal, of course, there's this big opener. I can show you a picture. That's Volo. Additional. Okay, so this picture here, let's see if I can show you guys. If you look at this one here, I've just shown to you. So you can see there's a big hole in the middle. And you are aware that is a portal. Oh, sorry, not a portal. That is a it's called. That is what the tavern is named after. It is a yawning portal, but it's actually just a big hole into the ground that heads all the way into the Undermountain. And whenever you ask about it, he just tells you, isn't a good idea.
Oh, but it does look kind of fun, doesn't it?
Yeah, people play over it, and there have been a few patrons that have been lost down there before, so... So yeah, so you guys are currently doing your bit within the Yawning Portal. You've formed your party, and you know what you do about each other. Perhaps you're knocking back a few points of the Shadow Dark, which is an ale, all wolfing down a plate of quipper and chips. Fish and chips for the British individual. Alternatively, you guys could be, talking or interacting with anyone, or perhaps each other. So what is this game you're playing, Sandra?
I just made it up. So.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
Well done.
All right.
So whatever.
Okay. So yeah, sleight of hand. So passive perceptions. Dot, you see this. Vosk, no. Torin, you don't see your own hand move. You're not sure if you did this successfully or not. Dante, you saw, and Volos, yeah, you watch as he grabs a card and sort of, as he puts a card on top of the other, it's almost like setting up a deck. He slides one beneath his sort of sleeve up his arm.
Is it possible for me to help him cheat? Do like something?
make a distraction.
Make me a deception check.
I'm very good at this.
See, if I had to make a deception check, that'd be pretty good.
Okay, so wisdom scores. No, so you watch as he goes to slip up his arm. You watch as Dante stands up and goes, and you like look at him like, what? And then continue to watch as the card slides up his arm, and he's.
No. Like you made of money. What do you need to cheat?
What do you mean? I'm not.
Card. I don't know what you mean.
I was just trying to. Pick up this card. My hand kind of slipped there.
My hand kind of slipped down.
I would just like to point out, this entire time Vosk is thinking this is how the game goes, and he is now going to start putting cards up his sleeve.
Oh goodness!
No. So
He's
no
just
cards
copying what
in
everyone
the
else
clothing.
does.
That's great.
I've never played this game before, so I figured that's something you do.
Look at me. Do you think I'm stupid? Do I look stupid to you?
I'm not going to answer that.
Yes.
Okay, let's start over. All the cards on the table, please.
All right.
Okay,
I
so
just begin playing again.
yeah, all right. So
No cheating.
if you guys are playing for real, I want you guys to let me just quickly read this.
Did you
Making the
look game real
DM
quick?
look up games.
Yep.
Good job.
I know.
So we'll say 1 silver is the pot.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody roll 1d8, but do it this way. So type in /GR space 1d8.
Yeah, I'm just playing and humming to
Okay.
myself while observing.
So who are we missing? Boss, are you involved?
Yeah, is it / or what?
Yes, sorry, /GR and then 1d8 is one
Make
one
sure
word.
You do space after GR.
Oh, okay, I didn't put a space. That's why it didn't work.
All right, no worries. Okay, so as so this is DM information to player. You want the highest number as possible. So now it's the next stage, and you have the ability to fold, or you can add money to try it. So if you just got a good roll, if you just rolled like a high roll or something that's medium to good, you want to get the pot a bit bigger to potentially win. The next round you roll a d6, and the round after that you roll a d4. So if you reckon a d6 is going to really improve your chances, it'd be good to maybe either check and keep the pot the same, or you can maybe raise 1 silver, make a little bit more money. But there's obviously the chance of other people rolling good as well. If you just rolled absolutely horrifically, feel free to fold if you want.
Purry, I'll ask you now. Would I, based on explanations, would I know if I have a good hand or not?
Same with me.
Well, based on how it was explained.
And based on what I've essentially not learned so far.
Because I don't
Okay.
know how this game works.
So, sure, roll me an intelligence check, both of you. Just straight click the intelligence button.
Nope.
So, yeah, you guys can decide. Do you want to fold or do you want to?
I will lean over to Dot and show her my hand and ask her if
Oh,
it
you
is
don't-
good or bad.
You see, I mean, he leans forward and everyone gets good luck. He has possibly the best card at this stage.
Oh,
That is quite a good hand.
so put in some more money. And
Okay, he puts in half of his stack.
Okay, so the pot goes to 4 silver. Does anybody cop?
I'm going to fold.
Okay.
yeah, I'm folding.
Okay.
I'm folding.
Okay, yep. So yeah, you gain 3 silver
You
Well
on top of what you had.
done, boss.
Congratulations.
Well done. You're very good at this game.
He'll just lightly clap.
Is that you guys done with gambling?
You want to play again?
I'll play one more round.
I'll do one.
Can I look around to see if Bonnie is anywhere near?
Yeah, she is currently by the fireside. She is chucking some logs in.
Bonnie! Bonnie!
She like turns around and smiles. Yes.
We are playing 3 horses. Would you care to join us?
I lean over. It's 2 horses.
Two horses.
Yes, I know how to play.
Well, would you like to join us? You can sit right next to me. I can teach you how to play. You can teach me, rather.
Are you sure? She just comes over, sits at the table, pulls out this coin purse and puts a silver in, expertly puts a silver in, and it looks like she knows what she's doing.
And
1 silver.
Yep.
1 silver as well.
Okay.
Sure.
So everyone mark down 1 silver, and roll your d8s. So Dante, she's like sort of going, explaining, sort of whispers over, quite, sat on your lap, flirtily, but you still feel like there's this cold wall between you. Like she'll interact with you, but then as soon as you like try to make a move on her, she'll like pull away or laugh and then like move your hand or something, and you're just like, you're not quite sure what's going on. Okay, so the pot sits at 5. I need to just roll for her. The pot sits at 5 silver, and you watch it as she instantly puts another silver in.
I'm going to try and make myself look a little more confident and place another silver in.
Okay.
I'm gonna place another silver, but can I do like an insight check to see if anybody's bluffing?
I think this is okay. Yeah, no, that's fair enough. Actually, yeah, no, okay. So roll a anybody. No, just roll an insight check, and I'll set the DC in my head. Okay.
We could
Deception, I'm guessing.
Deceptions.
Yeah. So everybody just roll a deception now.
Sure.
I'm not rolling. I'm like, I fold.
I will put a silver in as well before I roll this.
How do you get 29?
Roll double 4s on his proficiency. That's
Double
how.
4s.
Damn.
So Volos, you see Bonnie eyes like widen. You can almost see the reflection of her amazing card in her eyes. Like, that's how excited she is. She slammed that silver down. She is not a good player, but she knows how to play.
All right, before I call, I'm just gonna fold.
Okay. So who put silver in?
I did.
I did.
Okay. So now you guys.
I'm gonna tell Bonnie and say, I think you should raise.
She smiles. That is just what I did.
A little more.
She gives you this
Quietly, of course.
calculating stare. Are you providing?
See, I would, dear, but...
Well, I have a family, so I think I'm happy with this.
My, Bonnie, you didn't tell me you had a family. And I sort of gently lift her off my lap.
And as you do that, she sort of puts her hand on your shoulder. Oh, just a sister.
I stopped.
Yeah. So now anyone that's still in the hand that didn't raise or is checked, roll me a d6, but the same way, GR space d6. And you watch as she puts a silver in, but this time she's a bit slower in putting it in.
All right. And if I'm going to do the same thing, should I do another deception or?
No one at the table. No one at the table is trying to. Yeah, no one's trying to poker face you.
All right, then I'm going to put a silver in.
Okay.
I will put a silver in the exact same way I put a silver in last time.
And then everyone roll me now a d4 the same way. Okay, so now add every roll that you just made together and tell me the number.
So I just send it to you, or just say it?
You can say it out loud, because this is you showing your cards now.
Sure.
Did we not want to do betting again?
4.
Bonnie doesn't. She checks.
I will put in another silver.
Okay. Roll me a. I mean, are you just stone faced? Yeah, you're not trying to hide anything. So she tries to. No. She is miffed, but very slowly puts in silver, and then she goes to take it out. But the rules are when she put it down, so she's sort of like she looks really disturbed. And then you lay down your cards, and her eyes like sort of go wide with excitement. Torin, how much
5,
was it?
Sorry.
Altogether?
5. Altogether. Pretty bad. Pretty bad.
She places her down and she's got 15.
Pretty bad.
And she grabs that whole sack and she grabs the entire pot and puts it into her small pouch. She looks to you, Dante, and she goes, "Oh, well, I suppose it was a good idea." She sort of strokes your face and then moves off your lap.
I'm full of good ideas.
Good ideas and no regrets at all.
And she comes back a couple of seconds later with this really cheap ale that's been watered down horrifically. She goes, "On me for the winnings." In fact, you're not quite sure if there's actually any alcohol in this, but it's a free drink.
Yeah.
So you guys, you sit around a sturdy wooden table lit by a brightly burning candle and littered with plates cleared of food and half-drained tankards. The sounds of the gamblers yelling and drunken adventurers singing bawdy songs nearly drown out the off-key strumming of a young bard 3 tables over. Who was eyeing you? Yeah, he's giving you the eye, like as Bonnie's on your lap. Then all of the noises are clipped by a shout. "Ya pig! Like killing me mates, diz ya?" Then a 7-foot tall half orc, who you guys recognise to be Yagra, is hit by a meaty fist.
Friend.
Yep. A wild swinging punch from a male human whose head is shaved and covered with eye-shaped tattoos. 4 other humans stand behind him, ready to jump into the fray. The half-orc cracks her knuckles, roars, and blood is drawn. A crowd of spectators cluster around the brawl. And what do you do?
I run over.
Okay.
I'm going to go ahead and try to kind of try to disappear here. I'm going to try to disappear into the crowd.
I will just very casually and properly walk over.
I'm going to move towards it, but try to like kind of hide that moving towards it.
It is very easy. I won't even say you have to roll stealth. It's
Awesome.
you go into a crowd and you're gone.
Can I?
I'm going to make my way towards them though.
Go ahead.
Can I? Have you guys seen the Pirates of the Caribbean? The scene where there's a bar fight in Tortuga, and people keep playing faster. The bards play faster. I just want to do that. I want to try to match the rhythm of the bar fight.
Okay, yeah, no, sure. Roll me a performance check.
Oh boy, do I need to grab the mandolin?
Hell yeah!
It is a impressive play. You are keeping tune. You start to stomp your feet, and yeah. So, who's intervening? Dot.
I'm going to run up and grab a chair, and one of the people waiting to intervene, I'm just going to smash a chair over the back of their...
Okay, make me an athletics check.
I'm going in with my fist high.
So, this is what happens. You guys start to clumber through the crowd, and by the time you get to the front, you can see the human that hit her is currently on the floor. His face is like broken and bloodied, and he's like looking up at her as she lifts her fist to go and hit him and finish him off. But you can see the other guys are poised to grab her. One of them, you watch as a wooden chair just shatters over the back of his head. You hear the sound of of the owner of the bar go, "Oh," as he's just lost some profit from today. But one of them do go down. The one that was next to him turns to look at you, Volos. However, Dot, you come in and you can see she's basically got this person on the floor dealt with, but there are two people on her left about to jump her.
I'm gonna hit them.
All right, yeah, you fly at one of them. Make me an athletics check.
I was going to say, through all this confusion, would I be able to make my way towards... I was trying to make my way towards the humans that were going towards her.
Yeah, sure.
Try to kind of come from behind.
I'm going to say you're trying to push through a crowd while also being sneaky, so...
Sure thing.
Make me... it's packed tightly. Make me an athletics check.
Oh, I thought...
Yeah.
Sorry.
Can I do attacks?
Yes, do an unarmed strike for you, Monk.
15.
15, yeah. Just roll damage on that. Yeah,
4.
You smack him over the head. He goes out like a light.
I try to position myself between her and the other one and be super small but look intimidating.
And as you do, you notice Torin come from behind this human as he sneaks through the crowd and comes out. And you can see Torin, you're now behind this last remaining.
I'm going to go ahead and.
I just shout, "No killing!"
I'm just going to go ahead and put my hand on his shoulder and kind of grip it a little bit.
Okay, yeah, sure. You watch as you put your hand on his shoulder, and he turns around and tries to break the grasp. Make me contested athletics.
Okay, and how is that done?
You just roll an athletics check. He also rolls. He rolled a 14.
Okay.
Plus 1, which is 15. Yeah, you grip his shoulder more.
Wrong skill. I use acrobatics.
It's still a natural 20 plus whatever your athletics bonus is, which is
nothing.
Okay, yeah. So basically, that's a 20. So you grab his shoulder so tightly, you hear a gentle, and he falls to his knees and grabs his arm and starts trying to scream, but the pain is so much that it's just like gathering in his throat, and the pain becomes so much he just passes out. And you guys are stood around Yagra now as this last remaining human who's got his hands up. You watch as she walks over and just underhand smacks him right in the nose, and he just blood spurts from his nose flying over the back of his head onto sort of the front round crowd. Some of them are like, "Hey!" Others are like, "Oh, as they're getting blood covered in this blood, and he goes down.
I furiously take notes and be like, this could be a song.
I turn to Yagra. Are you okay?
Oh, thank you. I didn't expect you to help me.
Of course.
Yeah, sorry about the mess. Tend to lose control sometimes.
She then frows her brow, but I think I could have taken them. And you can tell her pride's been hurt a little bit.
Oh, sorry, but I it's okay to get some help sometimes.
Yeah, you should watch as she pulls out a knife, and it looks like she's about to slit this man's throat now.
Oh no, that's super unnecessary.
I will do nothing. I will
We do
pretend
not
I
need to
am
bury people
distracted.
now, okay?
I will look as if I'm kind of distracted.
She looks up to you. He is one of Xanathar's lackeys. They won't
Come
stop.
to the what now?
Okay. I step aside.
Yeah, and she just opens up his throat.
No! Can I be like...
Are you gonna try and stop her? Make me contested athletics. If you're trying to stop.
Yeah, no. I was thinking more like I'm just screaming.
Oh, you're just going no. Yeah, she's halfway through it as you do that, and she looks up at you, and this guy's just going like half his throat's
No,
been...
you need to continue. You need to do it. I mean, come on.
She looks up at you, sorry, Dantis, and she like cocks her head like, what should I do then? And then just continues and finishes there as he starts to bleed on the floor, and you hear Duran go,
Well,
get out, Yagra.
Oh
And she
my,
just
it's a
nods
shame.
and turns and moves, dragging the body, just pulls it
Are there
outside.
guards here?
Currently, no.
Where's the city guard? This can't happen.
You see, Duran sort of looks up and he goes, "It's all right."
No, she killed someone. She killed this man, and I point down. I like slowly step away from the man so I don't get blood on my boots.
And as you are making this scene, one unfolds behind you. Shouts of alarm suddenly ring out as a hulking creature climbs up out of the shaft in the middle of the tap room. A monster with warty green skin, a tangled nest of wiry black hair, a long carrot-shaped nose, and bloodshot eyes comes up. As it bares its yellow teeth and howls, you can see that a half dozen bat-like creatures are attached to its body, with 3 more circling above it like flies. Everyone in the tavern reacts in fear and starts to pull back, except for the barkeep Durnan, who shouts, "Troll!"
Ooh.
Let's kill
I
the
shriek,
troll.
"Troll!"
So yeah, you guys watch as he turns back with precision, grabs the great sword, pulls it down, and jumps over the bar. He looks over to you and says, "Focus on these streaks. I will get this." And he's basically telling you to kill these bat-like creatures.
Ooh.
Okay, so random battle map that has been totally made for me. Thanks, wizard.
Do you drag us home?
I'm doing that now, yeah.
Amazing
Mhm.
Looks
architecture,
good.
high quality.
Yep.
And I like the double lines around the bar.
Yes, to show
It's
the.
a nice
Yep.
touch.
So you guys are around here. Yagura has just walked out the front door. If you just hold still for me, please, everybody.
Sorry.
See, do they have the encounter ready? No, why would they? Right. So, I want you lot to roll me some initiative.
Initiative.
Alright.
Remember to click the token before you roll.
Yes, make sure you click your token when you press initiative. Oh, there's a polar bear on here.
That's cool.
Bats, trolls, and polar bears.
So, is that everyone's rolled?
How do you do this? It's not. I'm hitting initiative.
Yeah, basically what you do is you click your token and then you roll click initiative, and it should come up. Oh,
So you click the text and not the number.
there you go. Okay, so now you're. Yep, that looks good to me. Okay, so this troll comes up. How do you spell these fucking little bat creatures' names? Sturgs. Sturges, he calls them, not Strigs. And so, yeah, you see the 3 that are above him sort of floating about, and the others detach from his body, and you see they've got these big bloated stomachs and go back down the hole. So you guys have rolled
Like
initiative.
they were feeding off the troll.
Correct.
Okay.
But did you say that we were going to kill them? But they fly up away again.
I have a feeling there's more.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That was a little bit more delayed than I hoped it would be. So, sort from descending, Dot, you turn first to notice this troll as it just finishes climbing out. You notice everyone has started to move away and aren't interested in fighting. Durnan has just finished climbing over.
Okay. I would like to take out my darts.
Yep.
And step a little bit closer.
Mhm.
Diagonal movement, do you count that in this campaign, or how do you do?
Just do it normally, yeah, like 5 feet is fine.
Okay. I go here, and then I go... I step up on the table.
Mhm.
And want to throw a dart on the closest one.
Yeah, go for it.
20.
Yeah, that flies and hits it true.
6.
You watch as it and spins and then flies down the back into this caper.
Oh, there was a lost dart.
Yeah. Okay, is that it?
Happy. Yes.
Okay, you see Dernan as he looks very, very pissed and is going to sprint towards this creature and attempt to kill it. Jesus Christ. Okay. So you watch as his arms are a blur of movement. As he attacks not once, not twice, not 3 times, but 4. As he is slashing very quickly with this weapon and hits every single one. Dealing 44 damage.
Jesus.
You watch as he runs up to this thing, slices it 4 times, and it goes down instantly. Wow.
That's a hell of a fucking barky.
Yeah. But you did see he was an ex-adventurer, so this creature is dead. This creature, however, is gonna fly over at you, Dot, and then swing down towards you. And it's going to attempt to attach itself to you.
I have 10 hit points.
That is a 17 to hit.
It hits me.
It deals 4 points of piercing damage as its little mouthpiece sticks right into your arm, and you immediately feel your blood start to be drained. Okay. Volos.
Alright, I'm going to step up and cast, I'm just gonna pull out my crossbow and take a shot at the one on her. But I'm gonna step up. So I have a nice clear shot.
Yep.
Wait, is it disadvantage if it's under 70 feet?
No, it's disadvantage over 70 feet.
Okay.
As long as you're not right next to it as well, which you are not. So yeah, 22. Yeah, so you look down at this thing and then it just disappears. The only thing left of it is its little noodle sort of mouth. And you just pull that out.
I look around, see Volos. Yeah, nod.
Vosk.
Oh, I suppose I'll just throw some stuff at this little boy over here.
Alright.
If I can hit it anyway.
Shield touch, 14. Yep.
Dude.
You watch as this hand comes out, this your hand come up, grab its throat, this comically small hand come out and grab its throat and slowly squeeze, and you watch this very depressing 6 seconds as it slowly is choked of death, choked of life. You're just watching sheer sort of horror as it's just and then just falls to the ground dead. Torin, is there anything you wish to do?
I'm not going to do anything.
Okay. This creature's dead. You watch as the troll starts to... its bones start to reset as it starts to pull itself up again. And you look as Dunnan looks over to you guys and says, behind the bar, the oil flask. Quick! And it's starting to get up and it's going to attack him. Okay.
Forgot to include the spell text for Chill Touch.
To do with undead, right?
Has a couple things to it.
So it's going to attempt to bite him. You watch this. Oh, it bites the shit out of him. There, that hits. Okay, that's that amount. Yeah, this looks like it's hit like a critical vein. And the next two are fucking another natural 20. Jesus.
This is Purry.
Yeah, 6, 10
Welcome
again.
to hell.
Yep.
And then an 18 hits for 2d6 again. 10, 15, 19.
Is he dead?
No, he looks fine. He also looks very confused that he has just taken so much damage. Like, he's never fought this powerful of a troll. Dante's.
Can't hear you.
Are they bonus actions?
Sorry?
Unless
You're
said
very
otherwise.
quiet.
Are cantrips bonus actions?
Nope. Well, it depends. What cantrip are you trying to cast?
It would be vicious mockery.
It's an action.
That is an action, yeah.
I think there isn't any cantrips that are bonus actions.
There's a couple subclasses that give them bonus actions, but that's it.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, you know what? I'm gonna leap towards Bonnie and stand between me and the troll. Or between her and the troll.
Okay. She looks slightly miffed as she then walks away behind the bar and pulls out the oil flask he just asked for. And comes 5 feet towards you, Dot, and she's basically holding it out to you.
Well, that was only my movement, though.
Oh, okay, sorry.
I also wanted to...
No, go ahead,
That's
sorry.
fine. Then I'm gonna scream at the troll and be like, "Oh, you are so vicious and villainous," and cast vicious mockery.
Okay, it's going to make a wisdom save. It looks extremely hurt by your words. It looks down at itself and sort of puts its hand on its stomach and sort of jiggles it about. He looks like he's had some sort of existential crisis here. He rolled a natural 2. Okay, so Dot.
It's got disadvantage on his next attack roll.
Alright, brilliant.
So she holds out the bottle to me.
Yes.
Okay, is she by the bar? Where is she?
Yeah, where she is now, this one, Bonnie. This is her.
Oh, there she is. Okay, so I run up and I take it.
Yep.
3. 1, 2, 3. Can I throw it?
You can give it a good go. Roll me a dexterity. Roll me a dexterity check.
Not acrobatics or athletics.
Nope.
Okay.
Yeah, are you proficient in throwing bottles of flat? No, but you mean you chuck this thing up and down to get the weight of it, and you think, yep. Ouch. You lob full force this oil flask. Itself, as it shatters, you watch as some of the glass shatters across its face, dealing like 1 point of piercing damage, and it is now covered in this oil.
Now what?
Yeah, and Dernan looks at you. Well, set it alight. Let's see if he has anything to set it alight with. He just completely slices the living shit out of it.
He had a plan, but nothing to execute the plan with.
There are a lot of living flames in here.
Volos, yes.
Alright, my turn?
Yes, sir.
Yep.
GM, outside of game, would I know if Sacred Flame with oil could start a fire since it is radiant damage, but it's not fire damage?
You've practiced your holy magics, and you know that it doesn't start a fire. It's a completely different type of fire. You know, you've done it on wood before, and you're like, oh, that didn't burn a house down. That's good.
Is there any candles on the table, or what's lighting this room?
So on the table you were just on, there were quite a few candles. On the walls there are torches that seem to be able to be taken out quite quickly.
Can I grab one and run toward like melee range?
Where are you? Yeah, there's one on that table. So yeah, you can certainly do that. Yeah, you quickly grab it, you run towards it.
All right, just make a dexterity check, or hitting it.
You're just touching it to it. You don't need to check. You just touch it, and it just goes. instantly it sets ablaze. This thing currently isn't alive, as he's just destroyed the shit out of it, but you watch as its skin starts to bubble and burn, and you watch as Dernan sort of runs his hand across his head as this creature's been permanently dealt with now. There you go, you just won your first combat.
Hey,
Can
nice
I
work.
Can I reach over and cast Cure Wounds on the barkeep?
Yeah. Nice. He nods, and as he feels the familiar healing energy, he goes, "You're too kind."
Well, thanks for that free ale earlier.
I'd limp back to the table we were at.
That was barely ale.
Okay. You see now this flamboyant individual, this dwarf. This figure who approaches you and strokes his mustache, adjusts his floppy hat and ties his scarf. Volothump Gundrum chronicler wizard celebrity at your service. I trust you have noted the violence in our fair city these past 10 days. I haven't seen so much blood since my last visit to Baldur's Gate, but now I fear I have misplaced a friend amid an odious malevolence. My friend's name is Floon Blagmar. He's got more beauty than brains, and I worry he took a bad way home. A couple nights ago, and he was kidnapped, or worse. If you agree to track him down, and with all due haste, I can offer you 10 dragons apiece now, and I can give you each 10 times what you each 10 times when you find Floon. May I prevail upon you in my hour of need. And you can see as he hefts out this small pouch and chucks up and down his hand. It's got a reasonable jink to it.
Okay.
Of course.
Can I be like, Mr. Volothamp, I've heard a lot about you.
He smiles and bows. Yes, it is I.
Why, of course we would be overjoyed to help such an individual such as yourself. I am Count Dante's Pyre. This is my party of adventurers.
This is, for your visual aid, what Volo looks like. And you can see Angry Dernan in the back now.
While this is going on, I'm going to walk over to Dot and use my last Cure Wounds on her.
Okay.
Thank you.
And Talrin is going to simply follow behind Dantis and kind of nod.
He brings you guys around the table. He hands out a sack to each of you, containing 10 gold pieces.
Wow.
Money just keep coming in
Yeah.
and disappearing again.
I was gonna say, the question is, how long will it stay?
As in real life, yeah.
So he sits you around the table. What do you need to know?
Why, your latest book.
Yes.
Do you have any hint of what it is about, or do I simply have to guess?
The one I'm writing now.
Yes, I assume you're writing more.
It's a guide to spirits and specters.
Very, very interesting. You know, I've always been sort of fascinated by them.
Me too.
Did the spectre eat your friend?
I don't believe so. And the only spirits I know are of the ones you drink.
Why are you writing a book about them then?
He seems like miffed. You're not heard of my book.
How can you write about it if you don't know them?
Have you not seen my book, Guide to Monsters? I
No.
visit. Oh my dear. Do yourself a service and buy my
I do
book.
exactly the same thing as he does.
Yeah. You must. It's available at all retail stores within, Waterdeep.
Sure, but still, how can you write a book about something you haven't seen?
Well, I go and see them.
But you said you haven't seen them.
Well, no, I've just started my research.
Oh. I see.
Well, when it comes to information, has your friend been hanging around anyone of... Well, I guess you could say, anyone of, not as, good of standing?
Well, yes, I am embarrassed to say. He is a handsome human male, early 30s with wavy red blonde hair. He is dressed in princely garb when I last saw him. 2 nights ago, before his disappearance, him and I were drinking at the merrymaking at the Skewered Dragon.
Okay.
What was his name? Flaunt Brightmar.
Sorry, I was just typing down.
Thank you.
His name is Floon Blagmar.
Can you write it down?
A dark, and he explains it as a dark brawny tavern in the dock ward. I would recommend that you start your search there. I may have gotten him into a spot of trouble, and he... Well, I was besought by writer's block. You understand, we have these times when things are hard to write. So I went out for a drink, I brought Floon along, when I left, he was by himself, so I don't quite know, but I had started, a bit of a rambunctious event with him, and I know what he's like alone, and then the inspiration hit me, and I left him be. He didn't want to leave, so I suppose that is where I suggest you look.
All right. I'll kind of keep a mental note.
It was not your fault, though.
Well, thank you, miss.
Have you enlisted the aid of the city guard?
You hold a lot of respect in that regard. They are aware, but they have not done much. It's young, budding adventurers like you that I need. A brave, rambunctious sort.
Well, I make sure that the guard captain knows of how important it is for me to find this person.
I assure you he already knows. The problem is I am sometimes known to embellish a little, and they don't quite believe he is gone.
Oh. Talarin is gonna go... I'm gonna try to see if he's embellishing.
Sure. So, yeah, sure, roll me an insight check.
To be honest, I don't think I'd be able to tell anyway, but he'd do this. Yep. Nope. No, nothing.
This man is on the brink of heartbreak. This could kill him if you don't find his friend.
Alright.
Do you have any other leads? Any names he's been talking to or anything?
Yeah, you see, he shakes his head and looks down. No, I'm so sorry. All I know is where I left him.
Well, don't you worry about it. We'll try our best to, we will do our best to see if we figure out what happened to your friend.
See, he closes his eyes and takes your hand in both hands and starts to shake it vigorously. Thank you so much.
Yes.
And then he moves off over to you, Dantis, and takes your hand and starts shaking it. And then moves over to you, Vosk, and takes your hand and starts to shake it. And then Volos, he comes over to you and shakes your hand. And then Dot, he comes over and shakes your hand. And then you see he looks around and goes, drink on me for everyone for the brave adventurers. What is your name?
Count Dancer's Pike.
So the group Count Dancer's Pike.
Oh, no.
That's not the thing.
That's my
That's
name.
not the thing, no.
And he looks back at you like, I'll let you think on it. The free drink because of the adventurers. And with that, everyone starts to cheer and get their drinks and get their drink on. And that is where we will continue on from next week.
Hey.
Yay.
Yeah.
was fun.
This was so much fun.
That was fun.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Yes.
Bartender with us.
Oh, yes. Oh,
Seems to be
Buddy.
pretty hardcore.
He's
Seems
seems
retired.
pretty cool.
He's
Seems pretty
retired.
cool.
How much does it cost to get him unretired?
We just came into a little bit of money.
Yes.
I was gonna say.
He's got a bar to run. Yeah. We'll go over this next week when I find a sufficient excuse. Yeah, no, thank you all for coming. I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did running it. That's